Hey you guys, what's up? It's Reese from Spressatore Cane Corso, and today I am out here with Achilles and Katana. I figured I'd give them a break because we have Trinity and Melina and Estrus right now. So he's kind of been cooped up because the girls were out here for a while and they played, and you know, mine are very active, so he's out right now with Katana, who, you know, y'all know she recently had, look at him, he's like, so what could I say for YouTube that's like not so inappropriate. Yeah, he's marking over it. This is what they do, and you see him chattering because he wants it so bad, but this time it's not his turn. He's not gonna get any. So, you know, he's just gonna have to get through it some kind of way. So I figured I'd come out here and try to take his mind off of it and play some red ball. But I'll tell y'all what's going on. So, you know, like we're in a national emergency with this coronavirus, and well, international and national, state to state. It's pretty crazy right now. And so I'll tell you guys what I have done to prepare for the coronavirus with my pack. So I'm not worried about water, you guys. I'm really not worried about I guess the only thing that we can do is just stay out of like overly populated areas and try to just stay home. And the schools are shutting down. I know in Virginia, like they're discussing like 2-week long shutdown till this kind of dies out, hopefully. So I went to the grocery store and I just stockpiled like frozen goods and canned goods and stuff like that because I have children, a family to feed. So I did that just because if it does get bad, I don't want to have to go out. And I also, as far as preparing my kennel for this, I went out and I purchased 4 bags of dog food. So that's more than enough. It should last me because I already have some bags that haven't been opened. So I have a lot of bags of dog food, like 6 bags of dog food. So we're pretty good on that. That should last us a couple of weeks here if we completely get shut down here in Virginia. What's crazy is that my sister, she's a Marine, and there was a Marine that tested positive on her base for the coronavirus. So it's getting pretty crazy. And then the small town where my parents live, I think a young teen they said he didn't go to Hanover schools. Maybe he's out of school, but he was actually diagnosed with the coronavirus. So it's definitely hitting close to home. Achilles, come here. Come play ball. Come here. He's peeing everywhere, guys. Come on. Come on, Achilles. Get it. Get it. Take his mind off of it for a minute. So, you know, oh, Banana got it. My banana. My banana. She's so happy. She's so happy right now because it's just mommy and her. She's like, it's mommy and me time. But, anyway, so that's what we've done to prepare. We purchased like a lot of trash bags because we're going to be stuck in the house, and food, water, stuff like that. But I think we're going to be pretty good. And the dogs, you know, they've been vaccinated. I think the distemper shot has the coronavirus in it. So as long as your dogs are vaccinated, they should be fine. I don't think there's a very high risk there for vaccinated animals. But yeah, that's what we're doing to prepare. And also, very cool news. So Melina, I was gonna have her transported to Tempo Cane Corso, and because of all the craziness with the virus and everything, I decided no, I'm just gonna do an AI instead. I would have preferred a natural tie, natural breeding, but due to the circumstances, we're gonna try to do an AI at the vet's office. So that'll be soon. And like I said, I do have spots open if people are available. I will leave the information for that in the description box for this video. But it's going to be a magnificent litter. This breeding is just going to be awesome. I'm telling you, I love the profile of Katana's head. It's just gorgeous. So that is what's going on. That is how we are preparing. And I would like to know how everybody else is preparing. What are y'all doing? I know there's not much we can do. But I would like to know how everybody else is preparing. But, you know, I think the next 2 weeks of my life are going to be pretty crazy because the girls are in heat. Achilles is in heat with them. He's going to be crying and pacing and foaming until it's over. And then I'm sure another girl will go in heat after this is over, because that's just how it works, you guys. When you start getting multiple dogs, you always have a female in heat. And you see, he just cannot settle. He's just pacing around, smelling around, peeing around. He's panting around, foaming around. And there is like practically nothing you can do. You can try to take your dog out when a female is in heat and walk them, maybe take them on a car ride. But yeah, it's always in the back of their mind. The behavior never really stops until the heat is over. And see, he's just outside of his character, just period. Just any like pee spots he can find in the grass, you know, he's looking for. He's just scrounging around for it. And that's just the behavior. So, you know, unless you are going to breed, I highly recommend just get your females fixed, you know. Males getting, you know, I'm not huge on neutering, but if you're not responsible and you have an intact female and you're not a breeder, you know, you can neuter your male if you just know yourself. But if you have an intact male, intact female, it's much better to just at least spay the female, because there's always a risk of uterine infection on maturing females that have not been bred. And even when you do breed them, there's no guarantee that you won't end up with PIO. So it's always good to be safe than sorry. And I actually got some questions concerning breeding. So you guys, if you are going to breed, and I'll just say this: if you whelp a litter in your home, you are a breeder. You are a breeder, even if it's accidental. You know, your dog's bred. You now have to take on the responsibility of a breeder. Being a breeder, it's a lot of responsibility. So I think before you breed your dogs, you should make sure that your dogs meet the standard, that your dog is not just pretty to you, because, you know, I will say this: a lot of people that I get that want to breed their dogs and ask me the question of what should I do before I breed my dog. Well, you have to know that in order to maintain a breed, you have to kind of go by the guideline. There's a guideline for every purebred dog out there. And so not only does your dog need to be pretty to you, but it also has to meet the basics of the guideline. And so that guideline is the written standard for each individual breed. So you have like checkpoints you have to meet, you know. Does the dog have the top line the standard calls for, the phenotype that the overall that the standard is asking for? Does my dog have these qualities? And then after that, you move into the health of the dog. And I think that anybody that's responsible and ethical should do the bare minimal, at least the minimal health testing. You can go over and beyond. People do. That's great if you do. But at least do the minimal. And for our breed, I know specifically it's the heart cert, the hips, the knees and elbows. So at least do that. And then if your dog checks out, the health checks out, they check out by the standard. Temperament is also written into the standard, and that checks out. Then you can, you know, breed your dog. And if you have a female, you know, find a stud that has what she lacks. So when I say that, for instance, Katana, let's just see. So Katana's weak points is her shoulder assembly. So it's not a super weak shoulder like front, but her upper arm could be a tad longer. And what that upper arm does is it helps for movement, helps the movement, the purpose of the dog. So when I breed her, and also she has a little slight, just very, very slight rise in her top line, very slight. And her bone could be larger, heavier, denser. So when picking or selecting a stud for her, I would want to select a male that has a phenomenal front and a phenomenal top line. And what she contributes is a really nice rear, powerful rear, and a decent headpiece. She's got a very pretty headpiece. So that way I'm kind of upping my odds on producing a dog that is better than both parents, if that makes any sense. And that's always the goal of breeding, is breeding up, breeding better than the parents. And then sometimes, like, that's always the goal when you're breeding, unless you just have parents that are just 100% just everything you'd want that breed to be. But no dog is perfect. I haven't met the perfect dog yet, but I'm not saying that dog is not out there either. So that's what we're doing when we're breeding, you know. We're breeding up. We're breeding better. We're getting better with each generation. So when someone asks me, what should I do? I really want to breed my dogs. You know, check the standard, compare your dog. Because every dog is not created equal. That's when I have a litter. I have dogs that I sell for pet, and I have dogs that I keep back in my program, or I keep back because maybe they're going to be great additions in other people's programs. That's why I didn't keep Billy, because Billy was always a pet. There were things that she lacked, and I don't keep dogs that are not like the next level. So if they're not better than the parents, I'm not going to keep it. I have no need for it. So I will just kind of pet them out. And it doesn't mean that they're not great dogs, because they are great dogs. Billy had the best personality, but it just means for me, she just wasn't next level. So that's my advice to people that are wanting to breed. And also, before you breed, I think that you should look at kennels that are already out there, that are like showing and working, or whatever they're doing. I know in Siberians, for everyone that wants to know if Achilles lifts his leg, yes he does. Yes he does. When he's feeling very manly, he will lift that thing. Um, but you know, go to dog shows. Talk to some breeders that are that show their dogs, work their dogs. I know in our breed, you know, and just compare your dog to that. And like I said, every dog is not created equal. So that just means that every dog is not meant to breed. He's even smelling me. Boy, you are tripping. You got it real bad. Achilles, sit. Achilles, sit. Now, you have got it too bad. You need to calm that down. But anyway, yeah, I thought that I'd answer that question. Any more questions involving breeding, just let me know in the comments section. And I will tell you, Friday, Rachel and I are planning an R&R. If it changes, I'm sure we will let you know ASAP. But tomorrow we are planning an R&R if you like to tune in. But anyway, you guys, I will let you go. I just wanted to show you my dog that's hard up and annoying right now, but I love him. All right, you guys, have a wonderful day. And I hope you guys are ready and prepared and safe during this international emergency with the coronavirus. All right, you guys, have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.